the beautiful Amway Center in downtown Orlando, Florida, home of the Magic. Looking at the last game for the Cleveland Cavaliers, it was a loss to the Spurs in San Antonio. And guys, they were in that one to the very end. They just couldn't put it together in the last few minutes. They lost by just 2 points.
That was a shocker, guys, because that had to be a tough one for them to swallow. They were supposed to win that game, but they never got going.
Yeah, and to lose it the way they did, too. I mean, that's where it really hurts, Steve. That's a hard one to take.
Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. And so in the game for the Cavaliers, the two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. Irving is out there with Iman Shumpert, and it's Mozgov in at the pivot, manning the middle.
Well, Kevin Durant last season's MVP, but LeBron James has won 4 in the last 6 seasons. He's one of only 5 players to ever win that many, and you can bet he'd love to win a few more.
And both free throws, good for James. Clark, if you were trying to craft in your imagination the ideal flawless basketball player, you'd have a hard time doing much better than LeBron James.
The 21st century version of the best video game player ever, and also happens to be the best real game player ever too. I mean, one of them anyway. That's why Eric Spoelstra, the coach, called him 1 through 5, and that's a perfect way to describe LeBron James.
And it's Oladipo with the jam.
That is a quick bucket. Pretty good in transition.
That's right. That's exactly right. He loves when he gets the chance to get out and run. That's when he's at his best.
Down low. And Irving with the basket on the assist by Shumpert. Irving's got his first basket of the night.
And for LeBron, has he reached his peak? He says he's still a relative newcomer to working down on the block, and that's one area he's continuing to improve. Developing moves and then counter moves against post defense.
And now Doris Burke has an update from the sideline.
Guys, I was able to talk with David Blatt for a minute. He knows they're up against a team that plays best when they're getting to the rim. He told me that their number one concern is going to be sliding over to help on any drives and closing up any lanes to the hoop as quickly as possible. Good rotation is key, guys.
Thanks, Doris.
And for LeBron, you know, he said he didn't enjoy posting up earlier in his career, but as his command on the low block has improved, he's gotten more comfortable with it. And I think now it's something that he really relishes.
And they're nearly perfect from the floor early on. 4 of their first 5 shots they've drained.
Irving kicks to Mozgov. Pass to James. He feeds it to Mozgov. It's stolen by Vucevic. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
And let's take a look now at Iman Shumpert's numbers. How his last 10 games have gone. Averaging 9 points per game, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. And when you take his overall contributions on the whole, he's been putting up some pretty good numbers, but I think he can do more.
And Steve, sometimes that's just part of the game, weathering periods where you're stuck.
Oh, what a throwdown there, man.
Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Boy, smooth and graceful. How about the hang time? That's impressive.
Here's Love. Again, the Cavaliers score.
Good job there, Kevin, getting himself a little space on the inside.
The Magic have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Here's Money. Can't get it to go. So Cleveland will take it the other way. Their last encounter was in Orlando, where they were able to handle the Magic.
Now, the last meeting was a successful one. They were very sharp defensively, causing a lot of turnovers, and that swayed the game in their favor. Oh, perfect opportunity to finish the break, and he blows it.
Steve, you have to be able to finish off plays like that. It's a must.
Back to Irving. Feeds to Mozgov. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist. What an easy win for him last time. As Steve mentioned, Clark, the turnover differential was a major factor.
Yeah, I called it disruptive in a word from the defensive standpoint. They were all over him the whole game.
He's created some good opportunities for himself and made the most of them.
And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
Well, he will wasn't fazed at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Anderson Varejão's checked in for Mozgov.
He's just been the man since the start of this quarter. And just a tremendous period of basketball for him.
Love with the screen for Irving. James outside. On the wing, Shumpert. Back to LeBron. And that is good. James has got 6.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
And giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence.
The Magic making a switch here. O'Quinn's checked in. No good for money.
Anderson Varejão, a quality defensive center. Great rebounder, moves his feet well, anticipates, plays with a ton of energy, and he's one of those irritants. He gets under a lot of guys' skin.
Shumpert dishes to LeBron. Lock at 6. James right side. It's blocked. Here's Money, headed by Shumpert. The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. 14 points for Money.
And reporters said they saw a bit of a confrontation involving him after last game. Not between him and the other team, but actually between him and a teammate.
Well, the talk was about how the ball was moving, or rather how it wasn't moving. Whenever teammates start disagreeing and bickering with each other over touches, you know something is awry.
Beyond the arc. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
Irving attacking. LeBron outside. Kicks to Shumpert. Dishes it to Irving. Hit the floater. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. 6 seconds left here in the first quarter. Just 2 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. They get a hand on it. Oladipo got it off in time, but it's no good.
Coming up this Tuesday, March 17th, the Orlando Magic take on James Harden and the Houston Rockets. Don't miss out.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Magic.
And they've come out in attack mode defensively, applying pressure and stealing the ball repeatedly.
You know, adding on to that, they've done a great job of challenging and changing shots in this first half, and they've gotten some blocks as well.
Money in at shooting guard. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Channing Frye. Then there's Peyton, and it's Fournier in at the 3 slot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot.
Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, Cavaliers head coach David Blatt, unknown here in the United States, but he spent the last 2 decades establishing himself as the premier coach in Europe. Last season, he led Maccabi Tel Aviv to an upset EuroLeague title. One GM described the team as, quote, outgunned at every position except coach. Kevin, it's been his dream to coach in the NBA.
Many consider him a genius-level coach. Doris thinks we'll see how he does.
Oh, he's clearly feeling it, Clark, coming off that fantastic game last time out.
Pass to Smith. Now the feed to LeBron. The turnaround jumper. Count it. LeBron's got 9.
Don't take your eyes off of him because he can make plays from multiple spots on the floor. Put the isolated cam on him.
Here's O'Quinn. The pass to Money. Fournier, that's for 2. Again, the Magic score.
He was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
And so here's Cleveland. They trail by 6. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. That's game 4 of 4 out on the road for them.
Boy, that's a game you know the Heat would really like to take.
And here is Payton. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Money. LeBron with the block. Outside Irving. Shot from the top of the key. Good as the jump shot falls. Irving's got 4 this quarter.
Kyrie Irving 3 seasons ago was the only rookie in NBA history to shoot as well as he did from the three-pointers, the field, and the free throw line. There's no question about it. He is an elite shooter.
Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending to deflect it away.
And Irving, super skilled, one of the league's best shooters, and you make a strong case for being the league's most elusive ball handler as well. Seems to get by his man pretty much at will. Well, I'll bet his teammates love playing with him. He's distributing the ball perfectly.
Well, he keeps everybody happy, and you know what? The assist numbers don't lie.
Thompson outside. Now, here is Irving. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Spurs in San Antonio.
Kevin, his passing is what blew me away. I mean, to see him orchestrate their offense so impeccably, that was a sight to behold.
And Irving super quick with the ball in his hands. And when he gets to the basket, a master using spin and English to convert.
And Kevin, you know, the story is that growing up, the hoop in his yard had a big part of the backboard broken off on the right side, so he had to learn that spin in English in order to bank it in.
I like that story.
Necessity is the mother of creation. When you're hot, and that's certainly been the case for Money. He has 23 points, and from downtown, he's buried 3 three-pointers.
Yeah, when he's been able to get squared up and get a good look at the basket, it seems like everything's been going in.
And it's James missing.
They're really getting the work done inside with their rebound.
Yeah, not giving up too many second chance opportunities, which is always important, and that's been one of the reasons they have the lead right now.
James right side. That one a little long.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
The shot's good for Money.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Gordon's checked in for Evan Fournier. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, over that break, I listened in on what head coach for the Magic was getting across in the huddle. The one thing he doesn't want is for their offense to get sluggish. He said, take what the defense gives you. Don't hesitate to let those shots fly. And before the huddle broke up, he mentioned playing active defense in transition, telling his guys to be very quick to get back when the ball changes hands. Well, coach not wasting any time in tweaking the game plan. We'll see if it makes a difference as we approach halftime, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris. Some serious agility coming out of the backcourt.
You know, that bucket might count for a little more than 2 points when he finishes with that kind of flourish.
Yeah, against a D that was already reeling a little bit. That was like a body blow.
That is good. And that's 11 points for LeBron.
Well, he's so good at recognizing where the openings are and getting the ball to the rim.
The dish to Gordon. Passes it to Money. To the left wing. Payton passes to Money. Here's O'Quinn. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. O'Quinn's got the lead up to 10 now for the Magic. Looking at the last game for Orlando, it was a loss to the Boston Celtics.
It was not a very inspired performance for them, particularly defensively. I thought, they gave the hostile crowd a lot to cheer about, frankly.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jumpers, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was right through the roof, and you can't win when that's the case.
Money, and he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage anyway. It was only with one hand, but he threw it down pretty hard.
LeBron kicks to Irving. Just 5 on the clock. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
It's up a 3. No good for money. Now, here is Irving. Smith, left side. Off target with the open look.
That's a tough one there because he's wide open. That's a shot he expects to make.
And we've reached half.
Yes, Kip.
Okay, guys, solid play so far.
The second half beginning in just a moment. What a game we're seeing from Money.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
So on the floor for Cleveland, the 2 stars, LeBron and Love. At the 3 and the 4. Iman Shumpert is out there with Irving, and it's Mozgov in at the 5. Outside Irving. Knocks it loose. Here's Money. He's covered by Irving. Gordon the pass to Money. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. This is his 3rd trip to the free throw line. That's good for Money. Both free throws good for Money.
Well, you kind of expect that from him. You pretty much know what the result's going to be when he goes to the line.
Knocked loose. The tray. That's good. Money's got 8 points here in this quarter.
He's been working some magic out there today, guys. This lead has been largely his making.
Here's the teardrop. And Irving with the basket on the assist by James. James has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
Well, it was only recently that the Cavs fans were worried that they'd lose Kyrie Irving in free agency, much like they'd lost LeBron. Now, not only has LeBron returned, but the Cavs have locked up Irving for a long-term contract.
3-pointer. It's in from long range. One more for Money. Money's got 40 points. The Cavaliers trail by 17. Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Well, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what David Blatt said to the team. He urged his guys to get after it on the offensive glass, to follow every single shot, extend possessions, and cash in on some second-chance points. He also urged them to drive the lane aggressively on offense, saying they won't be able to handle us if we can get bodies to the basket each and every time down the court. Well, they need to make something happen before the start of the 4th quarter, and maybe those changes will do the trick, Kevin.
Thanks again, Doris. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
They're going back to the 3-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
Mozgov dishes to Irving. Out to Shumpert. Back to Irving. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Irving's got 4 points this quarter.
It seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
He is just eating this team alive with his offense. It's been a matchup nightmare.
A drive by Shumpert. And again, it's Cleveland.
That's a nice hoop for a guy that typically doesn't score a lot.
Magic leading by 16. Out to Harris. Here's Money, covered by Irving, and he gets it to go. Money's got 47 points.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Irving kicks to James. Back to Irving. It's hauled in by Gordon.
Such a solid performance for them inside. Their rebounding has been terrific.
Yeah, that's just one of the few things that have gone their way today.
And we're seeing the shots just dropping from everywhere right now.
Yeah, since halftime, Steve, they've been operating very efficiently.
Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Here's Love, and off the front iron, and in it goes.
I think he's been kind of passive today, and maybe that one will get him going. I think for them to be successful, he needs to be the one to do the bulk of the score.
Here's Money, non-stop scoring machine here. And the layup is good. And the Magic lead by 20. Cavaliers have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Outside Irving. Here's the screen. And there's the 3-second by
Dialed in for long range. I like it.
Those kinds of
The Cavaliers trail by 19. Here's Shumpert. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Now Smith. Out to Shumpert. Hit his foot. And the official saying it was kicked. Smith for 3. No good. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Well, we might as well call it the State Farm play of the game. This was just a marvelous piece of coordination between two teammates, completely in sync on the alley-oop.
Money, he's in a point guard. Kyle O'Quinn out there with Evan Fournier. And there's Ben Gordon. And it's Vucevic in the center position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Here's Gordon, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. They get Sean Murray. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Magic?
Man, they keep piling up the assists, guys. Great ball movement.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
Well, I never got to compete in a dunk contest, but I've seen more than a few at All-Star Weekend. It's just amazing what players today can do in the air. And still, I think my favorite dunker of all time was Julius Erving. Watching him in transition was just a thing of beauty.
No good. Magic leading by 21. Here's Money. Boom, he jams it straight down. Amazing hops exploding to the bucket.
Kevin, you don't expect to see that coming from the point guard position.
No way.
Boy, when he elevated that size, that's impressive.
And Shumpert kicks to Smith. Out to Shumpert. Cleveland moving the ball around. And Marion gets it to go on the assist by Shumpert. Shumpert's got 4 assists in the game. Clark dunks are becoming increasingly more complex, whether they're in game or during events.
Well, the athleticism of the players is just off the charts over the last 2+ decades. So just about everybody, no matter what their size, when you look at NBA guys, can throw it down. And, Steve mentioned his favorite dunker. Mine would have to be probably Dominique Wilkins. His two-handed double clutch sideways tilt throwdowns would have to be up there as well.
Well, Michael Jordan, Vince Carter.
Oh yeah, yeah,
my gosh, you can go on and on. There's
sure could.
Acrobatic guys, high flyers for sure. Knocked away. It's stolen by Vucevic. To the wing on the left. Here's Money. Another miss by Orlando.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Nice shot by Smith.
Great looking bounce pass to set up that play.
So for the Magic, Gordon's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Harris comes in for Fournier. And it's Victor Oladipo in for Gordon. A big group substitution here for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Verejao.
Oh, look out.
Wow.
The rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now.
Yeah, that is Showtime stuff right there. Major highlight reel material.
Here's Love. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. Kevin Love, an incredible rebound. It seems, Steve, he's brought that same desire and tenacity to his overall development as a player.
Yeah, his commitment to his conditioning has been big. His development with his three-point shooting, constantly working on his game, and he's become one of the big stars in this league by putting in the time and effort.
Out of bounds, Cleveland takes possession.
Where was he going with that pass? That's just an awful turnover.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Irving passes to Mozgov. Right side Shumpert. Back to LeBron. 6 on the shot clock. Shot from 12. And it's good.
And you talk about that internal drive and desire for Kevin Love. You see it from his physique to his skills, and most of all, in his video game. Oh, how about that basketball, fan? Wow. Now that is rocking the rim. Give him the 2 points and tack on some style points too, Kevin.
Clark, he deserves him. No simple finish there with the high altitude windmill slam.
Yes, making a statement.
Another miss by James.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
Well, guys, for a point guard, he can punch it.
Yes, sir. I mean, that would have been unheard of about a decade and a half ago, Kevin, seeing a guy bounce like that at his side.
Good point.
Times have changed, though. Guys, we got guards all over the league who can play way above the rim. I don't know what's happening to their defense. I mean, they don't have any effort, any purpose.
And it's really costing them. I mean, the last 5 baskets at that end have been on very easy looks.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, over that break, I listened in on what head coach for the Magic was getting across in the huddle. Offensively, he wants them to work the ball around. He stressed the need to find good shots, not quick shots. He also talked about their defensive approach, which he wants to be a conservative one. He said, quote, "Let's not get overextended. Stick to your assignments." Guys, we'll see how coach's direction pays off as this one winds down. Kevin?
All right, Doris.
They haven't had as much success in the paint here. Everything has been from the perimeter here in the second half. And that's not a winning strategy. They've got to get back to getting that ball inside.
Timofey Mozgov, 7'1", a shot blocker and rebounder. Still pretty foul-prone defensively, but he has really become an interior presence. You can always depend on him to put the pass right on the money.
The Cavaliers trailed by 19. And Shumpert kicks to James. Tries from 10. There's the bucket. Good. James has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Didn't that one play out smoothly?
Orlando's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown.
They are not letting up, guys. They just keep coming at them.
And I'd say that lead is too big to overcome at this point.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. Irving. And that one's good. Irving's got 25 points in the game.
Well, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
Here's Money. And it's off from 3-point range. Cavaliers have gone 7 of 11 from the floor in the final quarter so far. Been some solid looks for them.
And so here we go, just rolling along to the finish line in what has been a very confident-looking performance for the Magic.
They never settled for mediocre shots.
No, they didn't. They found their way inside effectively all game long. Penetration always produces results.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
Well, finally, they're going to salvage one game from this season series after losing the first 2.
And it says a lot about them that they were able to salvage this game. I mean, most teams having lost 2 in a row to an opponent in a given season would struggle with their confidence in the 3rd game.
Fantastic show put on. What an amazing game all around it was for Money. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket just seems to be incredibly wide. Boy, they're extending their lead. It kind of feels like they're just piling on here as we come to an end.
Well, hey, let's just call it what it is. They are trying to run it up on him.
James, left side. They get it back. Mozgov, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time.
That rebound and the follow kind of typify what he's all about. Just gritty, determined play.
Here's Money. The fader. The shot is off. The Cavaliers' shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. And the dunk by James.
Boy, if they could have had this kind of run earlier in the game, it might have made a big difference.
You know, I think a big reason behind the run, Steve, is that they're not getting pressured as much by the defense now that the game's all but finished.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And so here's Cleveland. It's a 16-point game. There's a good screen. McCallum dishes to Mozgov. The wide open look here for Marion. The follow-up flush.
Was there any doubt what he was going to do with that putback? Flush it down.
Oh, that's some energy we just witnessed right there.
And that's the kind of energy you need on the offensive glass. That's the only way to get it done.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
Well, it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan, along with our 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. Now,
It's the man, the myth, the high school coaching legend.
No, not as good as a coach since I lost you a few years back. It's funny how coaches get better when they actually have good players on their team.
Man, forget that noise. You taught me everything I know.
You were like a sponge, and it's paid off for you. I'm so happy for you.
Thanks, Coach.
Now hit the showers. I can smell you from here.
All right, man, I gotta get fresh.
All right, sounds good.
Things are happening fast. I'm talking freight train fast. I hope you're ready to take that first step toward that big shoe deal you've been dreaming of for so long.
Man, what are you talking about now?
Jordan and Nike are interested in you. Very interested.
What? Why did you just say that?
Because I masked my own crippling insecurities in an avalanche of words. My analyst says it's a flaw. But now that we're friends, I think we can be honest with each other. And besides, the timing wasn't quite right.
Listen, we're not friends. But what else?
All right, there's a catch you may not like. The gatekeeper of this here deal used to play in the league until his knee exploded like a Chinese New Year parade. Ha ha! My man!
What? Jackson Ellis in living color, in the flesh, large and in charge. You name it, I am it. And here I am.
Oh, nah, this is personal. Oh, so you working for Nike and Jordan now?
Fun twist, right?
I mean, that's one way to put it.
Games coming together. Like what I see. We're watching and we're interested.
But what?
It's early. You're still not that far removed from being a 10-day contract nobody. And this company didn't get to be number one by dealing with nobody.
Well, you know what? It's too bad that we can't play one-on-one for it with your broke knee.
Yeah, too bad. You know, when I was playing this game, dominating the NBA, it was my whole existence. No girlfriend, no wife, every day. This was it. So when the doc told me I was done, it was like my soul got ripped from my body. I was emptied out. I even cried. Real tears. And then this here opportunity came along. A new game. Game I liked even more.
Oh yeah, and why's that?
Because I always get to choose who wins. I'll be watching.
I don't care if you're in grade school or the NBA, this game is all about solid fundamentals. Let's get some extra work in here. Gotta get better every day. That's what I'm talking about. Good efforts yields great results every time. Way to work. All right, listen up, guys. Coach wanted me to go over some more points of emphasis. Today it's going to be getting shooters open on offense and giving up nothing inside on defense. So let's jump right in, shall we? From time to time, we may decide the situation is right to really focus on getting our shooters open for high percentage looks. We have some excellent marksmen on this team, and giving them the best shot opportunities will give us a better chance at winning games. Now let's take a look at some film, and we can get a little more in depth on how we can get our shooters open for shots. On this one, the shooter uses a really solid screen to perfection. Gets a nice quality open shot. We need to set and come off screens just like that so our shooters can get open. And here you see the ball handler driving to the basket. The defense collapses, so he just kicks the ball out to an open shooter. Easy jumper, easy bucket. Simple, right? So when coach says he wants to get shooters open, you'll know what to do. Moving on, let's take a look at another item on coach's list. Nothing inside. Coach really doesn't like giving up easy baskets down low. When we run up against teams who are good at scoring inside, he's probably going to ask you guys to take that away from our opponent. And when he does, we'll need to make it a point to not give up easy buckets in the paint. Here's a nice look at proper rotation and a nice collapse inside that forces the ball handler to take a tough, contested shot. That's exactly the kind of interior defense coach will be expecting from you guys. And here on this drive to the hole, the bigs weren't there. No rim protection, no chance at a block. We need to make sure we do a good job at protecting the basket. So when coach tells us he wants nothing inside, you should know what to do. Don't let him down. That should have you guys fully up to speed on what to do when coach calls for any of these points of emphasis. Let's head out, and we'll be back at it tomorrow for practice.
No doubt. We good, Coach.